Welcome back as we continue with Christina, Mercy, and Christina's four sons on their way to make to the celestial city. And remember, right now, Greatheart is traveling with them to help them out. And he's protected them from the lions. And let's see what else his role is going to be to help them out. It says, at length they came in sight of the lodge. There we go. When they reached the gate, the guide gave a knock, and the man at the lodge said in a loud voice, "Who is there?" Greatheart said, "It is I." Mr. Watchful, "How are you, Mr. Greatheart? What has brought you here at so late an hour?" Then Greatheart told him that he had come with some friends who were on their way to Zion. Mr. Watchful, "Will you come in and stay until the day dawns?" Greatheart, "No, I will go back to my lord tonight." Christina, "Ah, sir, I know not how we can part with you, for it is to your brave heart that we owe our lives. You have fought for us, and you have taught us what is right. Your faith and your love have known no bounds." Mercy, "Oh, that we could have you for our guide all the rest of the way. For how can such weak folk as we are hold out in a path full of toils and snares if we have no friend to take us?" James said, "Pray, sir, stay with us and help us, because the right road is so hard to find." Greatheart, "As my lord wills, so must I do. If he sends me to join you once more, I shall be glad to serve you. However, it is your mistake that causes my return. If you had asked my lord to let me lead you until the very end of the journey, he would have done so. But now I must go back. And so, good Christina, Mercy, and my dear boys, fare ye all well." Then Watchful, who kept the lodge, asked Christina where she had come from and who her friends were. Okay, there is Watchful. Christina said, "I come from the city of destruction, and I was the wife of Christian who has entered into Zion." Then Watchful rang the bell, and there came to the door a maid to whom he said, "Go make it known that Christina, the wife of Christian, and her 4 boys are come on their way to the celestial city." So she went in and told all this, and oh, what shouts of joy were set forth when the maid told the people of the house those things. So all came with haste to Watchful, for Christina stood still outside the door. Some of them said to her, "Christina, come in, thou wife of that good man. Come in, thou blessed one. Come in, and all that are with thee." So she went in, and the rest with her. They then sat down in a large room, where the chief of the house came to see them and to cheer his guests. Then he gave each of them a kiss. But since it was late, and Christina and the travelers were tired from all that had happened that day, they wanted to go to bed. "Nay," said those of the house, "take first some meat. Watchful heard that you were on your way, and we had a lamb slain for you." When the meal had come to an end, and they had sung a psalm, Christina said, "If we may be so bold as to choose, let us be in that room which was Christian's when he was here." So they took them there. Before she went to sleep, Christina said, "I did not think when my poor Christian set off with his burden on his back that I would do the same thing one day." Mercy, "No, nor did you then think that you should rest in the same room as he had done." Christina, "And less still that I would ever see his dear face again, who is dead and gone, and praise the Lord the King with him. Yet now I think I shall." Mercy, "Do you hear a noise?" Christina, "Hark, as far as I can make out, the sounds we hear come from the lute, the pipe, and the horn." Mercy, "Sweet sounds in the house, sweet sounds in the air, sweet sounds in the heart for joy that we are here." Thus did Christina and Mercy chat for a while, and then they slept. At dawn, when they woke up, Christina said to Mercy, "What was it that made you laugh in your sleep last night? Was it a dream?" Mercy, "Yes, and a sweet dream it was. But are you sure that I laughed?" Christina, "Yes, you gave a laugh as if it came from your heart. Pray tell me about it, Mercy. Mercy: I dreamed that I lay in some dark woods weeping and wailing because my heart was so hard. Now I had not been there long when I thought that someone laughed at me and called me a fool. Then I saw a bright one with wings come up to me. Mercy, he said, what ails you? And when he heard the cause of my grief, he said, Peace be to thee. He then came up to wipe off my tears and had me clad in robes of gold and put a chain on my neck and a crown on my head. So this is Mercy and what was happening in her dream. Isn't that beautiful? It's a pleasant dream, right? Then he took me by the hand and said, Mercy, come this way. So he went up with me until we came to a gate, at which he gave a knock. Then he took me to a throne on which one sat. The place was as bright as the stars, nay, more like the sun, and I thought that I saw Christian there. So I awoke from my dream. But did I laugh? Christina: Laugh, yes, and so you might, to see well off you were. For if you find the first part true, so you will find the last. Mercy: Well, I am glad of my dream, for I hope before long to see it come to pass, so as to make me laugh once more. Christina: I think it is now time to rise and find out what we must do. Mercy: Pray, if they should ask us to stay, let us by all means do so, for I should much like to get to know these maids better. I think prudence, piety, and charity have a most pleasing manner. Christina: We shall see what they will do. So they came down. Then said Prudence and Piety, If you will stay here, you should have what the house will yield. Christina: We are grateful for that. So they were there for some time, much to their good. Okay, there's Prudence and Piety helping one of the boys. Prudence: Christina, I admire you, for you have brought your boys up well. With James I have had a long chat. He is a good boy and has learned much that will bring peace to his mind while he lives on this earth. And in the world to come it will cause him to see the face of him who sits on the throne. For my own part, I will teach all of your sons. At the same time she continued, speaking to the children, You must still give heed to all that Christina can teach you, but more than all, you must read the book of God's word, talking about the Bible, which sent your dear father on his way to the land of joy. After Christina and the rest had been in this place a week, a man named Mr. Brisk came to court Mercy, hoping to wed her. Now Mercy was fair to look on, and she was willing to work and to care for those around her. She would knit socks for the poor and give them all that they needed. She will make me a good housewife, thought Brisk. Okay, there's Mr. Brisk. He wants to court and date Mercy. They then told her that the young man seemed to have a great sense of the love of God. However, they had fears that it did not reach his soul, which they feared loved the world too much. Nay, then, said Mercy, I will look no more on him, for I will not have a blot on my soul. Prudence: If you go on as you have set out and work so hard for the poor, he will soon cool. So the next time he came, he found her hard at work. What, still at it? Said he. Mercy: Yes. Mr. Brisk: How much can you earn in a day? Mercy: I work at these things for the good of those for whom I do them, and more than this, to do the will of him who was slain on the cross for me. With that his face fell, and he came no more to see her. Prudence: Did I not tell you that Mr. Brisk would soon flee from you? Yea, he may seem to love Mercy, but Mercy and he could not walk the same road of life side by side. Now Matthew, the son of Christina, fell sick, so they sent from Mr. Skill to cure him. He asked, What does he eat? Christina: Well, there is no food here but what is good. Mr. Skill: This boy has in him some strange food which will kill him if I do not get rid of it. Samuel said to Christina, What was it that you saw Matthew pick up and eat when we came from the gate, which is at the head of this way? Christina. It was some of the fruits that grows there. Skill. I felt sure that it was some bad food. That fruit hurts more than all, for it is the fruit from Beelzebub's grounds. Did no one warn you of it? Some fall down dead when they eat it. Then Christina wept and said, What shall I do for my son? Pray, sir, do your best to cure him, no matter what the cost. Then Skill gave strange drugs to him, which he would not take. So Christina put one of them to the tip of her tongue. Oh, Matthew, said she, it is sweet, sweet as honey. If you love me, if you love mercy, if you love your life, do take it. So in time he did, and felt sorry for his sin. The pain left him, so that he could walk with a crutch, and he went from room to room to talk with mercy, prudence, piety, and charity. Christina. Pray, sir, what else are these pills good for? Skill. They are good for all those that go on their way to the celestial city. Christina. I pray of you to make me up a large box full of them, for if I can get these, I will take none else. Skill. I do not doubt that if a man will but use them as he should, he will not die. But, good Christina, these pills will be of no use if you do not give them as I have done. They must be given in a glass of sorrow for the sins of those who take them. So he gave some to Christina and the rest of her boys, and to Mercy. He bade Matthew to keep a good lookout that he ate no more green plums. Then he gave him a kiss and went his way. Now as they had spent some time here, they prepared to go. Then Joseph, who was Christina's third son, said to her, You ought to ask Mr. Interpreter to let Mr. Greatheart be our guide for the rest of the journey. Good boy, said Christina. I had not thought of it. So she wrote a note, and Interpreter said to the man who brought it, Go tell them that I will send him. Greatheart soon came. You remember him? And he said to Christina and Mercy, My lord has sent you some drink and baked corn, and to the boys figs and raisins. The travelers then set off, and Prudence and Piety went with them. But first Christina bid farewell to Watchful, who kept the gate, and put a small coin in his hand. Then she thanked him for all that he had done for her and her dear boys. She then said to him, Have you seen men go by since we have been here? Watchful. Yes, I have, and there has been a great theft on this highway, but the thieves were caught. I am afraid to go on that road, said Mercy. Matthew. Fear not, as long as we have Mr. Greatheart with us to guide us, we shall be safe. I now saw my dream that they went on until they came to the brow of the hill, when Piety said, Oh, I must go back to fetch that which I meant to give to Christina and Mercy. It was a list of all those things that they had seen at the house where we live. When she had fetched it, she said, I beg of you to look on this from time to time and remember it for your good.